Hello YouTube, just wanted to do a quick video talking about these Echo trimmers that I'm going to be using next season, or this upcoming season I should say. This is the Echo eforce 56 volt line. I currently have the handheld blower, the Pro Series combination combi tool, which I have set up as my string trimmer. And I have the 2100, which is like the low-end commercial slash high-end homeowner model. I have that set up as my blade edger. The reason being, it does produce pretty good torque to cut through most edges, and the 2600 is a longer unit and is a lot better for trimming, I've found. I've had these units for about, a month and a half or so. I've been using them out for my cleanups and a few, bi-weeklies slash on-call jobs that I still have going on right now through the off season. And if you're considering going electric or going battery for trimmers, I would strongly consider looking at this line. Not only is it affordable compared with the comparable lines of Steel and Husqvarna that you have out there, but the quality is really good, I've found. And the things that I like about it, one of the things I like about it a lot is it's very easy to find, and they sell the batteries and the chargers with the trimmers, unlike the Steel and Husky, which you have to buy all of that separately. Obviously, the costs of these are battery trimmers. Some of these battery trimmers by Steel, go up $600-700 for the trimmer and the battery and the charger all at once. Whereas in this setup, you get a battery and a charger with one of these tools. So, and this give you an idea. This Pro Series trimmer is the most expensive one that I have of these, and it's just it's under $500. It's $437, I believe it was, after tax. So it's a really good buy, and they work really well. Let me show. I want to do a little demonstration here if I can. I wear these headphones during the season. Mostly they'll be needed for the mower moving forward, because these battery tools just aren't really that loud. A little bit tricky to do one-handed. But shouldn't have to be a problem here. There we go. It's very light too. This edger, for a blade edger, this thing is incredibly light. Definitely under 10 pounds. They have two battery options, two batteries available. Most of the tools that they sell come with the smaller battery, which is a 2.5 amp hour. This one's fully charged, ready to go. They do sell a 5 amp hour, which is double the capacity. It's also double the size and double the weight. And I've found that I try to use the small battery here on the trimmer, with my string trimmer, just for weight ratio. It's a much better power to weight ratio, in my opinion, than the big one. The large batteries I like to use on the blade edger and on the handheld blower, simply due to the fact that when you're blowing, you're always going to be at full throttle. There's really you don't run it at a lower speed, whereas with the trimming, a lot of times you're running it at low speed. You're not running at full throttle all the time. The blower only has one speed. It's just, it's a variable speed trigger, but once you pull it, it's going. There's no speed adjustment. On the D-Pass 2100 here, there's two settings. You got the rabbit, which is the fast, and the turtle, which is slow. And there's a little bit of a difference between them. Even on the slower speed, it still cuts a pretty clean edge. To be honest, though, it's a pretty nice unit. Here, I will demonstrate operation here real quick. Let me set this up over here. All right, I think that's probably good. Yeah, all right. So, as you can see, put the battery in like so. Make sure it's in. That's on slow. That's high. Slow again. High again. As you can tell, I'm also using these Darwin grips. This is a great option for the landscape professional. These things let you move very naturally. You don't have to hunch over and lean in a lot. You can a lot of times just stand straight up and go. It's a great, great accessory. I'd highly recommend it. The battery is a little bit difficult to take out, which maybe they did that to help it be not stolen quite as easily. I don't know. But that may be the only gripe I have with it per se, is that the battery does kind of tend to get stuck in these little grooves here. It's pretty thick, strong plastic. So there's not a lot of cheap, flimsy material that I can see on here. Let me go grab the trimmer and I'll demonstrate how it works here. The trimmer actually has 3 speeds. The 2600 has 3 speeds. Slow, medium, and high. It's insanely light. For a trimmer, for a professional commercial string trimmer, this is insanely light. It weighs less than a FS94, which, if you know anything, Stihl's FS94 is one of the lightest string trimmers you will ever use. It is about 10 pounds, and it feels great compared to some of the old heavier ones. But this one is even lighter than that. Get it set up here so it doesn't fall over. There we go. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and put the battery in. This here. Whoa. All right. This one, the battery goes in from the side, like so. Can use the small battery on this one. You push the power button to power it on, unlike the 2100, which doesn't have actually an on button. It just has a trigger. This one actually has an on button. So you turn it on. That's showing that it's ready to go. That's 1, 2, 3. It will turn off automatically. However, I always turn it off when I'm done with it. After about, I think, 2 minutes of operation, it doesn't, it turns itself off. Alrighty. Let me go grab the blower real quick. Show y'all how that works. The blower was actually the first tool that I bought in the line. I just wanted to kind of buy something somewhat inexpensive that could give me a good chance to see how it would work. The D-Pass 2100 is sold at Home Depots. I have seen that in the store. The 2600 I had to order online. I'm guessing it's not sold in every single store, but this one is insanely light too. Just like a little bit heavier than that DeWalt 20-volt blower that I used while I was injured. But anyway, this blower has a great amount of power. It's as good, if not slightly better, than the SH86 or the BG86 Stihl handheld blowers. it has this button right here, which is called the turbo option. When you normal speed, you just pull the trigger all the way down. It also has a trigger lock here that you can engage. I've never actually used it before, so it's a little bit tight on this one, but it's when you engage this all the way and hold the turbo button down, it increases the volume, the air volume. It's pretty significant. It's not, the only thing I will say about it is it's not quite good for cleanups. So during the fall and winter time when you're doing a lot of leaf jobs, it's just, it's not quite there for that. But for everyday maintenance, cutting, 5 or 10 yards a day, this is a great, great option. Let me power it up real quick and show you how it works. Grab the big battery here. Prefer the large battery in the blower. Actually easy enough to hold this while I'm going to show you. That's turbo. With turbo engaged. Very impressive. Does a very nice job for what it is. It's not quite as powerful as a gas backpack blower, obviously, but for handhelds, as far as handheld blowers go, this thing is great. It runs tip-top. This one's, once again, the battery's a little bit hard to get out of there. Look at it as a somewhat of a pseudo safety feature, if you will, or a pseudo anti-theft feature, I should say. But anyway, I have everything kind of set up here as I'm going to operate for the next season. Everything's padlocked in here. Now, as far as real world operation, I've been using these for, since I guess middle of November to early December, so about a month or so. The biggest question with battery powered equipment, obviously, is how long do the batteries last? I have found, with limited amount of testing, obviously, I can get about 3 yards out of one of these small batteries with the trimmer, and about 4 to 5 with the blower, blowing a lot with a lot of the blowing at full speed that I do, and blade edging with the large ones. Corner lots, normally talking about 3 to 4. I can do 3 small to medium sized yards with one of these and it will die. The battery will run out of juice on the 4th yard. Now, talking about corner lots, like for example, my house where I live, my yard, I've got, a pretty large corner lot over here. So there's a little bit section over on the other side as well. So mine, I can get, when I do mine with this battery, it takes it down about half. So I'm thinking, corner lots, you're going to get 2 corner lots out of one of these batteries. 3 small to medium yards, maybe even 4 to 5 small yards if you're talking about, like small little HOA yards, maybe. You might get more out of it. I don't do a whole lot of those. I do a couple. There's a couple areas I'm in that have really small HOA, all same size lot areas, yards. So those, I haven't yet had a chance to use them a lot on those, so I don't know how they're going to do. Those are normally March through October cut. So I hadn't had these by the time I serviced those properties for the last time this season. This past season was a little different. I had some guys that I hired to work my route for me for a couple of weeks when I was recovering from surgery. And once I was back and able to do minor things again, a lot of those yards were already about dormant and ready to go into the winter time. Put this back up here if I can. It's not gonna like that. It's all right. Eventually I'll get a better holder for this phone while I'm recording. I'm just using one of those basic ones from Walmart. It's really made to go in your dash, you know, so it's not the greatest, but it works. This is actually the first video I've used with it. So go ahead and see if I can just get it placed right here. Hope it doesn't fall down. Yeah, it looks all right for now. These trimmer racks are just basic trimmer racks from eBay. Nothing too special. I modified them to work on my truck here. I've redesigned them several times just to be the most efficient I can be. All right, so that is just a quick overview of the Echo 56-volt platform. There are other tools in the lineup. They do have a handheld hedge trimmer, and they do have a chainsaw, two chainsaws actually. One of them is like a handheld, one-handed chainsaw that you can use up in a tree, and the other one is a 18-inch bar, full commercial one that's pretty stout. It cuts a lot of thick limbs. I haven't used any of those tools yet, but reviews so far on them are pretty good. I've seen some other YouTubers using them as well. So shout out to those guys. Solo Lawn Professional, Cut a Squad Lawn Care, Doolin Cut and Trim. Those are some YouTube channels that I follow regularly that have also been using this platform and been really impressed with it. I'll show you the charger here real quick so you can see what the charger looks like. It's just it's a pretty big charger. It's a lot bigger than the DeWalt's, that's for sure. But anyway, I would definitely recommend this for somebody starting out and somebody who wants to see how battery trimmers will do for you. This is going to be the first season I'm going to be using these. I've only used them a little bit currently. But so far, all the experiences I've had with them have been great. So here's to seeing how it goes. Like, subscribe, feel free to leave me a comment, and see you next time. Thank you.